The last thing I wanted to do was add just a little bit more interactivity to it. And if you remember during class, I used some code to make the background color of the app change. So let's do that together. I'm going to go back to my sort of home page for Replit, and I do that in the upper left here. There's that little Replit icon, and if I click down there, I can click home, and I can reopen that sidebar, and there's an option called apps. I could just select it from here, but let me select that and just show you what that looks like. You get a list of all your apps. If you're on the free version, by the way, you'll only get up to 3 apps, so you have to be a bit judicious about choosing, building your apps and so on. How many apps you choose to build, that is. Let me get rid of the agent again, and if I open main.py here, I was expecting to see the bit of code I added in class. Maybe I picked the wrong app. Let me try that again. Maybe it's just plain Flask. Let's see. There it is. Okay. So what's different here, and this will actually be a good experiment. What I want you to do is, let me copy paste this code into the other app. So I'm just copying that. Now you're not going to be able to copy it. What I'm going to have you do is type it from scratch. It might seem tedious, but I think it's actually going to be a good experience to sort of get the Python code underneath your fingertips. I'm going into main.py, and I'm going to paste the modified version. And that's not it. Sorry, let's go back. It was called just Flask. I'll go to main.py. I'm going to copy these 4 lines of code. Those are the lines we need. I don't know why it didn't take last time, but hopefully it'll take this time. And let's go to Flask test, get rid of the AI agent, and try one more time. I'm going to replace this line, hello from a real web app, with what's in the clipboard, and it worked that time. Now don't worry if you're not doing this, you're not expected to do this. What I want you to do is type what you see here into the index function. So what was there before? Let me undo that change I just made. Right now you'll see an index function that says return and then just a string that you created. And I want you to replace that, which you can sort of sweep it out and hit delete to make it go away. And then I want you to type what you see here. So color equals random.randint open bracket 0, 0x, and then 6 capital F's, and then a close bracket. And all that's doing is forcing the color variable to take on a random integer between 0 and a very large number. Then we're saying style equals, and we're creating that to have a string of style equals open double quote background dash color colon hash mark or pound sign. Let me actually get rid of the file pane so we can see this all on one continuous line. And then open curly brace, color colon x, close curly brace. Let's finish walking through this so you can just make sure you're getting it, what you're seeing here. I guess rather than me talking through the characters you see here, hopefully you can see this on the screen. I'll blow it up slightly. And you can just freeze the video and type exactly what you see here. And you have to be very precise, okay? If you have one character off, it may not work. So this is the nature of programming. But try to reproduce what you see here. We're setting the color, and then we're interpolating that color value right there into the style variable, and then we're interpolating the style variable into the HTML variable, and then we're returning the HTML string. So we're putting basically a number into a string, and then embedding that string into the next string, and then we're returning the compound string. So this may be Greek to non-Python programmers, but hopefully the folks who've seen Python before will have at least a rough idea of what this is doing. Once you're done with this, a couple quick changes. I don't like that these two strings are using two different conventions for the quoting, like the F single quote and this F double quote. So I'm going to make the second one single quotes. And you notice when I added the single quote, it put two single quotes there. That's the editor trying to be helpful, so I just deleted the second single quote. So this is what your code should look like. The other thing that looks like it's going to cause me a problem is there's a little orange squiggle under the word random, and the little helper thingy is saying random is not defined. So we have to import the random module. So I'll just say import random, and you see I didn't even type random. It's like the code editor is like, I know what you need to do. Here's what you need to do. So I can just hit tab to accept that suggestion. And you'll see that I got this these squiggles under here, and if I click on the little light bulb, it tells me, actually that's not what I was wanting. I wanted to know why it's giving me that. If I hover over that squiggle, it says import block is unsorted or unformatted. This is really just a warning, and probably it's orange telling me it's a warning rather than maybe they do use red for a serious error. But anyway, it doesn't like the exact format of how I've implemented the from statement and the import statement. So if I click on the light bulb, I can say fix. Actually, let's just do organize imports, because that's kind of what it's complaining about. I clicked that, and all it did was it put a blank line between the two, and I think maybe it reordered. It put the import random first. I can't remember. At any rate, I think everything's cool now. So if your code looks like this, actually, let me make it full screen so you can compare your entire file with mine. And I'm going to have to shrink it slightly. So freeze the video, take a look at this, make sure your file looks exactly the same. And if you're happy, we'll do stop and start, and then we'll go to, oh, I think did I start and stop it? No, yeah, I did it right. And then we'll go to preview, and we can already see something interesting is happening. But if we reload this, we'll see that we get hello mark, and every time through there we're getting a different background color, which is exactly what we wanted. And we can go back and notice instead of just returning a static string, we're returning a little bit of HTML. This H1 with the style, that's the style is the thing that tells the browser to use the random color that we've selected. And then this string here, hello mark, change that to your name. So I'm just going to type your name and stop and start. And if we go to preview, hello your name, it should actually show your name with random background colors. And you've pretty much, at that point you're done with the assignment. You can pop that out into via the preview button. You can pop that out into a web browser if you want to see it working in a regular normal web browser outside of Replit. But that's pretty much the exercise. I'd like you to try to retrace my steps there. If you get stuck, or if I've made a mistake or something is wrong with this video, just let me know in email and I'll come back and correct it. Other than that, have fun with it, and I'll see you all next week.